all you simply have to do is just go down to the Zambian embassy and pick up your application to be able to apply for your Zambian passport. The application looks like this. Okay, so these are the passport requirements and what you need to be able to actually apply for a Zambian passport. So application forms, like I said, they state can be obtained from the mission or the embassy, or by written request by enclosing a prepaid self-addressed envelope. So say if you're outside of London and you wanted to be able to still apply, that's something that you can do. So all Zambian passports are applied for through the mission and are issued in Lusaka, Zambia. So even though you are making your application here in the UK via the Zambian embassy in London, what they will then do is take your application, process everything on their end here, and then they will actually post your application to Zambia for them to actually do the full processing and all of that stuff, for them to then bring it back. So this is why it's stated that the minimum processing time for new applications or new passports will be 90 days. So it does take a bit of time to actually be able to apply for your Zambian passport. It's a lot easier when you're renewing, but the process is still pretty much the same. So all you'll need will be passport size photos, and this of course is your standard passport size photos, should be taken against a white background. They say no braids, hair extensions, hair bands, earrings, or necklaces. Yes, so that's all you will need, guys. This application that I'm reading is for a applying for a Zambian passport for persons over 16 years of age. Okay, so basically, in terms of once you've actually completed the form, so applicants for Zambian passports should come in person at passport offices. So even though you can request for the application to be sent to you by post, you have to physically come in to be able to hand in your passport. So that's one thing to bear in mind. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So authentication of application. So the application must be authenticated and sponsored in section 7 by a minister of religion, medical or legal practitioner, established senior citizen servant, senior bank official, or any Zambian subject of similar standing who has been personally acquainted with the applicant for at least 2 years, and a member of the applicant's family is not accepted as a recommender. So that's something to also keep in mind. And then the documents also to be produced. If the applicant was born in Zambia, if you were born in Zambia, all you will need is your NRC, so your national registration card, your birth certificate, your previous passport if you already have one, so if you're renewing, and then your parents' current or previous passport as well will be required. If the applicant, in this case, if you were born outside of Zambia but of a Zambian parent, so even though, say, you were born here in the UK, but you obviously have a parent who is Zambian, you will still need your NRC, and then your birth certificate, and then your parents' marriage certificate as well. Okay, this is interesting. Your parents' birth certificates, naturalization or registration document, or other evidence of Zambian nationality. And then if your birth was registered at a Zambian mission abroad, details of that registration must be given in section 4 as well. So it's pretty much self-explanatory in terms of the information and the documents that they require. So, and then the last few to be able to consider, if you are, I don't know why this is only applicable to women. A foreign woman who has married a citizen of Zambia must produce evidence of her own registration as a citizen of Zambia. And then married persons must produce their marriage certificates as well. So it's pretty much self-explanatory on this application form. The documents that you will need, the photographs that you will need as well to be able to apply. And then once you actually complete the application form, it's like any other application form really, guys, like from the front and then inside and then at the back as well. Chika will probably put that up. But pretty much self-explanatory. Put your details in, put the documents that are required, your photos, and obviously that money, that cash money that they will need. And then submit your forms to the Zambian embassy. In this case, it would be here in London. Yeah, so that's what I would say in terms of how simple it is for you to be able to apply for a Zambian passport. Another top tip would be for you to actually consider applying for your Zambian passport while you actually travel. So instead of the long wait, if it was an emergency that you needed to travel back to Zambia, you can actually apply for an emergency travel document that will allow you to travel back, and then you can do your application in Lusaka, and it may take a little bit quicker for you to be able to actually get your passport if you do it there. But if you aren't actually planning to travel anytime soon, you wanted to get your passport done, then it's pretty much straightforward. I would say a lot of people are a little bit skeptical about going to the Zambian embassy, and I just don't understand why. It's your home away from home. It is your hub where you should feel that it should be a place of refuge, in a sense. Like the very essence of an embassy, and especially for us Zambians, is a place that you actually are able to go to call when you're in need of anything. And so yeah, always feel free to go there. They're very, very friendly, very welcoming, and it's just a place where you kind of have a home away from home type of thing. So never feel like you're a little bit like worried or scared about going there. I've just heard this from people, and I'm like, I just don't understand why. And it's just nice to just go there. It's a nice building, so just go there. Yeah, so I hope this video has been helpful for anybody who wanted to apply for a Zambian passport. If you have any questions, drop us the questions in the comments below. I will be happy to answer them. I'll be keeping an eye on this video, of course, and I will be more than happy to actually answer them for you guys, and any other questions that you may have and all that good stuff. We'll see you guys later. Chica somewhere, but yeah. She says bye. See you later. Your standard passport size photo should be taken against a white background. They say no braids, hair extensions, hair bands, earrings, or necklaces, ladies. Yes. No braids? Yes, no braids.